Greetings, Goddess Body, Mind, Spirit community. This is your Goddess Guru, Tyra Omilade, here to share a word of inspiration with you on your path to self-realization and self-mastery. Today is March 4th, 2019, and I'm here to talk to you about the full moon in Pisces that is all mixed up with a whole bunch of other stuff. So I hope that everyone is doing well. Thank you all so much for your support as usual. I'd like to give a special shout out to the newest Patreon members, the newest people who've joined the Inner Circle Cipher. And that would be Phoenix, that would be Cassia, and that would be Toya. Thank you, goddesses, for joining me. I appreciate you. Well, the last time I needed to log in, maybe for the full moon. Hello, how are you? I had a computer issue. So tonight for the new moon, I had a computer issue. So I was like, forget it. I got to do it on my phone because I need to get this done because this moon is so important. So, we're headed to Mercury retrograde on the 5th, tomorrow? And I'm here. Peace and light. Peace, love, and light. I'm all caught up in, trying to get comfortable here. Mercury retrograde with issues with my computer. So just think about what has happened over the last, maybe since the 19th or so, 18th, 19th, something like that. That's going to kind of give you a preview of where you're headed for Mercury retrograde. So I'm not happy because this little computer issue, I got saved the last time, but I'm not feeling so optimistic. Yes, I am. I'm optimistic. So we're going into this new moon with Mercury retrograde. It will have been in effect for a day. Mercury slowing down, and I can't remember when it goes invisible. It is really intensifying the energy of Mercury once it slows down. And then the energy retrograde, and it's also going to be invisible. A planet goes invisible when it's close to the sun. And so the energy of that planet is more introverted and depressed. Suppressed, I should say. We don't have as much access to it. Not for material manifestation. The new moon is March 6th, Wednesday. Hold one second. I have my famous at 12:04 p.m. This is Eastern time. 12:04 p.m. Eastern time. So so we're starting this out with the moon, the Mercury retrograde. Moon in Pisces. Yes, you're welcome. Mercury in Pisces. So Mercury is going to retrograde in Pisces day before the new moon. And that day of the new moon, Uranus goes into Taurus. So it's sort of like what things are going on that you can see regarding all things Taurus. Hello, welcome. Glad you're here. Thank you for subscribing. What have you noticed going on, I'd say in the last 2 to 3 months regarding money, regarding food, regarding the body, nature, Mother Earth, values, self-worth? Because that's what Taurus is all about. And so Uranus is going to go into Taurus the same day as the new moon. So there's a whole new beginning when it comes to Uranus. It's leaving Aries, and it's not going to retrograde. So none of us will see it back in Aries in our lifetime. So it's been an honor and a privilege, Uranus. But we won't see it again, unless we live to be really old. Yeah, it takes 84 years for Uranus to get around the astrological chart. Um, so, little infants have an opportunity. Maybe kids who are like my son's age, 17, 18, something like that, and younger, they have a chance at seeing Uranus again. Okay, so, um, and then also that day, the sun is going to be right there with Neptune. Let's see here. Neptune is at, on the 5th, it's at 16 degrees. And so the 6th, the 7th, the sun is going to be right there. It's basically on the 6th too. It's so much Pisces energy. Oh my gosh. And of course, what is Pisces is about? Pisces is the kind of energy where we may forget, we may feel lost. And it's because Pisces is boundless, and it's about the unseen, it's about the imagination, it's about mystical and magical, and just, it's like going to Disney World. To me, I would imagine that whoever birthed Disney World, it's fantasy. That's what Pisces is about. It's about fantasy. It's about, to a certain degree, you can't even see what's really there when Pisces energy is on the brink. Greetings, how are you? And so it's just so much. It's just so much. And so I will tell y'all, I'm biased because, first of all, let me say again, if I haven't said it to you all, happy Pisces season. This is my sun sign. So, and my Mercury is in Pisces also. Good. I'm good. Thank you. And Pisces energy is something I'm beginning to learn. Actually, I've learned, thank you, that there are fewer Pisces risings and Aquarius risings. And that is because perhaps, maybe, first of all, the window to become a Pisces rising and Aquarius rising is 1 hour a day. With all the other signs, it's 2 hours a day. And so my astrologer said it could be that these are challenging signs to be born under rising Pisces, rising Aquarius. But people have a lot of planets in those signs. It's a lot to really deal with. It's a lot to handle. It's a lot to master. It's very challenging energy to master because it's not of this world. And this is what we need to understand, that this time in Pisces, so from now, the moon will move into Aries on Thursday. And so from now until around 3:30 on Thursday, it's all things Pisces, and then Mercury's retrograde, so it's just gonna really heighten this Pisces energy. And so it's very important for us to be gentle with ourselves, to realize that, we really and truly might have to sort of yank ourselves down. But if we can give ourselves time to channel spiritual messages, we will greatly benefit, because first of all, we only get the new moon in Pisces once a year. And this new moon in Pisces is unique because we have this big planet that is very slow moving into a new sign. Anytime one of the slower moving planets, starting with Jupiter on back to Pluto, moves into a new sign, it's a big deal. It's like, really, it shifts the consciousness. It changes like themes in different areas of our lives. So this new moon is happening with this planet Uranus moving into Taurus, and Uranus is about change. It's about being new. It's about being unique, different, and it's typically whatever we should be doing, that's what's going to come up for us to change. So it's a very unique new moon. Mercury's in retrograde the day before. The sun is right there with Neptune, which is one of the planets that rules Pisces. Y'all, this is a very, very special, energy potent moon. And what we want to do is not get lost. That's something I'm really having to pull myself back from. I won't get lost. Um, my son was like, "Oh, I just feel like I can't decide on what to study." And I said, "Look, you just have to write out a list and tell yourself, this is what I'm going to get done right now, because we still have to live. If you can sort of check out a little bit, check out. Take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, be gentle to yourself." And this month, I share a monthly reading and weekly readings in the inner circle at Patreon, patreon.com/ Goddess Body Mind Spirit. So that's where I share the readings that I do on a regular basis. And this month is about the ancestors. And so I encourage you all to connect with your ancestors, to open yourself up to hearing from your ancestors of light. Tell the dark deceased ancestors who are hanging around you they're not welcome to stay. You send them on your way with light and love towards their healing. But you really want to open yourself up to hear from your ancestors, to establish a relationship with your ancestors, to work with your ancestors, because Pisces is about all that world that's on the other side of this space-time continuum. The portal is open. The veil is thin. Are you going to waste it away, or are you going to open yourself up to receiving the downloads? Are you going to open yourself up to believing anything is possible? Because that's something that is very, very characteristic of Piscean energy. It believes when nobody else believes this thing can be done. A Pisces energetic person is going to be like, yeah, I think we can get this done. Okay. And so you need to be writing down what is it that you want to do over the next 30 days, but also write down what do you want to accomplish over the next year until that moon comes back to Pisces again. So if you wrote down New Year's intentions in January, review them during this time. If you haven't written anything down, then now is the time to do it. So that's something I really encourage you all to do. The energies that are spoken are Wychet negative and Sebek positive. This is from my, here's my other card. Oh. This is from my Egyptian or Kemetic oracle, the Metuneter. Crazy. Wychet negative is all about psychic energy. Like, we're all way more psychic. Someone was like, why am I picking up on other people's stuff? I don't even really stay in touch with these people. Why am I picking up on their stuff? Everyone is way more psychic and open right now. The issue is it's in the negative. And what is the negative saying? It's saying that we're picking up on everything. We're taking it in as our own. We're letting all these spiritual influences or energetic influences mess with us. And what we need to do is to watch our energy, guard our energy, wear some crystals, smudge yourself when you come in after being out. For those who can cover their head, cover your head while you're out and about. Do your yoga, do deep yogic breathing. Something that I've been doing here lately is I just rub shea butter all over me when I know that I'm going to be out in public quite a bit, picking up on people's energy, teaching, because my energy gets opened up when I teach dance and fitness. So I hear people's thoughts or I feel their energy. And if I'm not aware, then I take it on as my own. And that's that Wychet negative. But we don't want to do that. We need to be aware of our own energy. How can you be aware of your own energy? And you're wanting to open your energy up so that you are hearing the messages that you desire to hear. You're wanting to be in counsel with your guides, with your ancestors, with your higher self from now through this new moon, and definitely for the rest of Pisces, okay? And the rest of this Mercury retrograde, which Mercury goes direct March 28th, it's going to be in Pisces. It's the whole retrograde is Pisces. And so, and then Venus is going to be moving into Pisces on the 26th, while Mercury is still in retrograde, still in Pisces. So it's like this big Pisces theme is going to be hitting us. And it's about being philanthropic, having compassion for other people. But I encourage you to have some self-compassion. And maybe you need to watch the music that you listen to, watch what you're listening to. You know, if unplug as much as you can unplug. Watch the colors. Like here lately, I've been feeling like I need to wear more white here lately. I go on, you know, y'all see I cut off my hair, and I'm like, I just feel like I'm initiating myself, put on white and all that kind of good stuff. So watch the colors that you wear. Watch the people that you're hanging out with. This is a spiritual time. Pisces is spiritual. This is a spiritual time, y'all. Let's not waste this time. Let's not let this time go by and we don't take full advantage of it. The other energy that spoke is the energy Sebek. Sebek positive is about the mind. So this is like a complete Mercury retrograde reading because Sebek rules the mind. And so this is a good time, though, to put on things like, what do you call those? Affirmations. Put on affirmations and like right when you're about to fall asleep, and let your brain get reprogrammed. That's another thing. Mercury in retrograde, it gives us an opportunity to reset the mind. Anytime Mercury goes retrograde, we get a chance to break from our habitual thought patterns so that we can choose a new way of thinking. And I'll be doggone, that's exactly what is going on with me. It's just like, I'm not going to think the way I used to think. I'm not going to talk the way that I used to talk. Mercury retrograde, Sebek is about communication. My communication is going to change. My inner communication is going to change. Is your inner communication going to change? So these are things that we need to be thinking about. So the other thing that I would say, because this is the same energy as Eshua Legua, you know, to allow this new moon to help you to be more in alignment with Iwa Pele, good character, with looking at where you're standing at the crossroad and what decisions and choices do you have before you, or did you have before you, and what consequences will you deal with, or have you dealt with? So that's really important. Another thing to think about too, is really thinking about this energy is, what are you investing your energy in? We talked about this in another video recently. You know, how are you investing your ashe, your focus? Because what you think about, you bring about. And the more you feel emotions, and it's just, you're seeing all these pictures in your head, the faster you bring it to you. So that's something else to think about. You know, we really need to get rid of these habitual thought patterns. It's good when people challenge our thoughts, our beliefs, all of that. You know, do you have limiting beliefs that are keeping you stuck in your stumble? So that's something else to think about. Interestingly, I decided to pull a Pathways card, and I pulled Knowledge. And I pulled that because I was like, wow, the first card was negative. I want to make sure we have to look at the negative, but, you know, people need encouragement right now. So that goes along with that Sebek card, because Sebek is about the mind. It's like Geminian, it's Mercury. It's the energy of Mercury. And so I would say to you, during this time, while we are in this Pisces time, it's very important for you to have self-knowledge. You need to know who you are. And it's on the spiritual level. So make sure you are taking time to step outside of the identity that you have. I today just Got triggered. I mean, y'all know I'm honest. I tell the truth about what's going on with me. I do not sit up here and try to act like every day is perfect for me and I'm sitting around all day oming and ahming. I got triggered. It's two people that I'm like, I got to make peace with this. So y'all know I cut off my dreadlocks. And as I cut my dreadlocks off, I was like, you know what? It's two people who are tied up in these dreadlocks that to this day I have not been able to make peace with. You know, this is a time to make peace with some stuff. Jupiter is in Sagittarius. It's time to do some forgiveness work, you know? And so I acknowledge that people show up in my life who love me and make me feel good. Like y'all just make me feel good. And then there's people that show up who, they just tick me off. They get on my last nerve, you know? And I invite all of that into my life. So no matter who shows up, they're all bringing me something good. And so I acknowledge that I'm growing from these relationships that I've had with these people or interactions. And so I feel like what's happening is I'm able to choose a new response based on self-knowledge. I know who I am. And whoever y'all thought I was before, this is me talking to these two people. Whoever you thought I was before, I'm not that person anymore. Welcome to the new Tyra Omilade. All right. And so this already, I'm getting an opportunity to know more of who and what I am from the spiritual level. And some of what's tripping me up is my identity. I'm not going to lie. The ancestors have told me transcendence. Pisces is about transcendence, y'all. Okay? It's the energy of Amen, as I see it in the Metaneter. It's about transcendence. My ancestors told me a long time, don't be sitting up here acting like you're a victim. Because we were not victims. We were highly evolved spiritual beings who incarnated in that mess called slavery in the USA, slavery in the West. Y'all think we were weak? Ain't no weak people being able to go through all that. So you really need to let go of any victimization, victim consciousness that you have related to that, as well as anything related to, you know, being a woman, especially a black woman. Y'all know we always qualifying. For those of the sisters on the feed, the in the live chat tonight, we always qualifying. Y'all know it's hard to be a black woman. And guess what? It is true, you know? But I feel like there's a way for me to live in this identity that I've chosen from a place of expanded consciousness, where my primary identity is as goddess, pure consciousness, you know, and my secondary identity is what I've chosen here in this space-time continuum. I'm not gonna lie, that's hard for me. I'm a proud black woman. I'm here to elevate Africa, who has been disrespected and who disrespects itself to a certain degree. Because, you know, I've heard of Africans one lady told me, she's African American. She said she married an African, I can't remember which country, and the family said, we prefer for you to marry an African American than to marry this African from this other group of Africans here. That blew my mind. Because, of course, black people, we don't act like that. We all got to stick together. It don't matter where our ancestors came from. We got to stick together. So, yeah, you know, this thing is not perfect. So why am I sitting up here holding on to this thing? It's creating problems for me. I need to transcend it. It's very, 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 very difficult for me. But you know, I need to know the truth of who and what I am. I have to step outside of the confines of my current understanding of myself based on my body so that I can have a new experience. I saw, not to say Whoopi Goldberg is my favorite, but I respect, you know, the African elders here, wherever. She said something to, whatever the quote was, it was something to the effect of she's been able to do what she does because she does not have any concept of limits. She believes she can do anything, you know? I respect her for that. I really do. So we need to know who we are. That's what this knowledge card is all about. And how do we know who we are? Sometimes we might pick up a book and study. Sometimes we may sit and meditate. This is a good time to meditate. Sometimes our guides show us. One of the things I want to let you all know that the ancestors have told me, and they want me to tell you, is that you are the crowning jewel of the ancestors. Don't sleep on it. Okay? You are the crowning jewel of the ancestors. So know your worth. Walk in your worth. So yeah, this Pisces moon is, it's gonna be off the chain, y'all. Okay. Yeah, don't cover your head if you don't want to, okay? Because guess what? I'm not covering my head. I never cover my head. Never. If you watch the video with me talking about my dreadlocks, it never occurred to me. Cover your head. You're picking up too much energy through those dreadlocks. It wasn't, it just wasn't, it wasn't there. Oh, happy Pisces season. La Al Rara. I'll just call you Rara. Okay. Okay. Sarah. Happy Pisces season to you also. Hello, everybody. Okay. So how would I know which planet I'm born under? It's your rising sign. So you can go to astro.com and put in your day of birth, your time of birth, and the location, city and state of birth. You do have to know the time of birth in order to get your rising sign. Okay. Another way of calling it is the ascendant sign. Time is a gift. Oh my God. Yes, it is. My ruling planet, Venus and Mercury. Ah. Gemini in the house. I love Gemini. So are you a Gemini rising or sun? I guess rising, because you said your ruling planet, Venus and Mercury. That's yeah. Okay. Yes, affirmations. Yes, it's even better if you can record your own affirmations. Yes. Raw cocoa butter. I don't know if I've ever tried that before. Shoots, I need to find that. And I need the smudge. Never tried it. Yeah, smudging. You can use the sage, and everyone sort of has their preference. So I say you can try sage. You can also try, is it Sao Paulo? Something like that. Yes, I would be brave and open up. You're protected. Just know that. The time is right. It's right. Oh, this is new to you. Okay. So, yeah, after a while, when you start getting results, you won't care what anybody says about Christianity. As a matter of fact, you might understand it better. I'm going to have to get off in just a few minutes. My husband and son sound like they're walking in, and my son was like, can you make me something to eat? Victors and not victims no more. I love that. Yes, victory is ours. Yeah. United, yes. I step outside your box. Learning how to feel better about what I enjoy doing. That is actually something that's very important. We have a house in our astrological chart that's all about hobbies and what you love doing. It's essential to life. I love all the love. Thank y'all. Yes, I love pretty head wraps, and I love to show my curly, kinky hair every now and again. Yeah, I'm into the head wraps too. Okay, Gemini rising. Oh, you were born under Taurus. I'm a Taurus moon. I love Taurus energy. Oh, you about to have some stuff go down for you. Wow. Okay. K-Wave 47. I've been very sensitive to spirits, more so lately than ever, even when I'm doing light work. Yes. yes. You probably want to do some things to sort of like protect your energy. Just put a little bit of energy around you to keep yourself. Oh, okay. Um, Grounded. Palo Santo. That's it. If you don't want to use the sage, Palo Santo. Yeah, I really need to look. I need to look into that raw coconut. Wait a minute. Oh, cocoa butter. That's what I want to look into. I want to look into that. All righty. Ashe, oh, and just cheering for you all. You know, allow yourself to be led, guided, and directed with what kind of rituals you'll use. You know, Pisces is a water sign, meditation, being quiet, unplugging. The affirmations is a good one based on what we've seen. Take some time to, read some spiritual texts, listen to some gurus, spiritual gurus, and tune into your intuition. Actually, one of the courses I created, the course I created for the month of February, because I create courses in my inner circle, was actually on intuition. So this is a good time for you to really make a connection with your intuition. So really beef that up. But I do think we all really need to we need to protect our energy. It's just how I feel. We are just open, whether we really want to be open or not. We're just open. Okay, I'm looking into that raw cocoa butter. That just that just sounds like me. So thank you for that. So thank you all so much. I'm gonna go on ahead and get off. I appreciate you all. Of course, I have a website, goddessbodymindspirit.com. You can go there. I talk quite a bit about, the goddess energy, just different things. Actually, I need to start working on that website again. Oh, cool. I'm going to look it up just as soon as I get a chance. Um, and then I told you all about my inner circle, my cipher, online cipher, Patreon, patreon.com/goddess body mind spirit. Sometimes I post things there that I don't post anywhere else. So you can still go there. If you don't even join, you can still go there and see if I posted something that I didn't post here on YouTube, or that really I'll just post on YouTube and Patreon. I want to get active on my Instagram, so maybe I'll do that. It's Goddess B as in boy, M as in Mary, S as in Sam. Goddess BMS on Instagram. So, alrighty, thank you all. Make sure y'all let me know how this new moon goes for you. You know, I'll be back. I'll be making some uploads soon, but definitely live. I'll be back at the full moon. So until then, you all take care, because this new moon energy lasts 2 weeks, y'all. So we'll be working with it even past